Okay, well, that didn't take much longer. I just had to call my doctor's office and get the fax number. That's what the website wanted when I ordered it. So, let's talk about my labor and delivery. Um, First of all, I was supposed to get at the hospital around 11 o'clock at night, Monday night. So I got there, but I got there earlier than that, which was cool. They were surprised, and I was like, well, I want to make sure I got here, on time or early, so it's better than being late. Like, yep. So they get me in. They get me in. They get me a room. I was in suite 4, the same room I was in when I delivered my daughter. So I was excited about that. Um, So they hooked me up to the IV. They had to take a urine sample to test my urine and stuff. And then they did blood work. That was interesting because the woman tried to put an IV and draw blood from here. Uh, Hold on. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that right there. And you could tell it's bruised really bad. It was worse than that the other day, a couple days ago. It was actually darker and more sensitive, but I mean, I can poke it and feel very little pain. But she tried to put an IV there, and my vein blew. She blew it. Um, and the way I think she blew it was because she kept pulling it out a little bit and then shoving it back in. Um, and then she would pull it out a little bit more. I was like, I can't get it. And then she would try to angle it a different angle and then put it back in. And it hurt so bad. Like, I was crying when it blew. It hurt. I've never had a vein blew before. So it was very painful. Luckily, um, my sister-in-law, Leslie, she was there and I was holding her hand, and I feel really bad for her because I probably dug my nails into her hand, and I'm sorry for that. It was painful. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna try one more time, but I'm gonna try it somewhere else. So she tried on the back of my hand, actually right here, and you can see the bruising right there. That green spot, that is my bruise because she tried it right there, that little dot. She tried it there and was doing the same thing that she did here, and it blew my vein. And that one got to me to the point where I screamed in this nurse's ear. I don't know how loud I screamed, but I screamed because it hurt really bad, and I apologized to her for it, and I'm sorry again. But it was very painful. So she said, you have good veins, you're hydrated enough to where their veins are popping out, and they're beautiful, but I just can't get the needle to work. And I was like, uh-huh. So she called another nurse in. She raised the bed. Very freaking. I love this nurse. I should have gotten her name. I'm trying to remember her name. Older lady. I love her to death. She was hilarious. She made me laugh. I wanted her to myself for the whole night. She was a comedian, and she made me very happy and comfortable. And she actually was able to not blow a vein, but that spot there is where she stuck the needle, and she only did it the one time. She got it. It didn't even take her long. She just says, okay. She goes, I need you to pump your hand up like this. So I did. A minute went by. My hand started hurting. And she goes, now close your hand and make a fist. And she goes, and then pump. So I'm doing this. And it warmed up my blood to get it flowing. Because I was freaking cold in that room. So it warmed up my blood, got it flowing. And she goes, okay, now make a fist. Make your hand real tight and point it downwards. So I did. And she goes, now drop your arm on the side of the bed and let it dangle. Because it's going to pull all the blood this way. Smart. So tied my arm with that rubber band thing here, and then she got the needle in. They drew like through. She drew 3 things of blood, and then she hooked the IV up and everything, taped it really good. It was good. Okay, and then after that, she left. My nurse for the evening came back. Well, she stayed, but she had to leave to go get some other stuff. Um, this gel thing that helped thins your cervix. So she went and got that. She got to, you just ate. He had 3 pancakes and a bowl of cereal. So she came back with 2 things of gel, and she goes, let me check, see how much you dilated. Okay, no problem. I was 2, almost 3 centimeters dilated. No problem. They got the IV going because they had to hook the tube to the bag and stuff. They did all of that. Um, she checked dilation. It was 2, almost 3. And she goes, okay, we're going to, for right now, just do the 1 gel instead of the 2. So they did the 1, and I was quick, thinning my thing out. Biased. So within a half hour to an hour, I went from being almost a 3 to a 5. And then she's like, okay, I'm not going to use the second gel on you. You don't need it. You don't need the second gel. I'm going to go put it back, and we're just going to let this thing bright out on its own, and we'll go from there. Okay? She goes, I'll be back in an hour to recheck your cervix. Okay? So I'm starting to feel contractions. I can feel pain down there a little bit. And she came back within the next hour. It was about 3:30ish, 4 o'clock. She came back. She goes, all right, let's check your cervix. I said, okay. I went from a 5 to a 7, almost 8. And then she goes, I'll be back in a half hour. Okay. So not even a half hour later, she comes back and she checks me, and I'm 9 centimeters dilated and complete. So she says, we're going to go get the other nurses that has to be here for you when you start pushing, and we're probably going to have you start pushing. Okay, can I get the epidural, please? So by then, I was hurting. The contractions was killing me. I had more pain on my hips than I ever felt before. I asked them why was that happening, especially with him being my 4th kid. They said because I am petite, my hips are closer together and petite. He's finally dropping down. That is the pain that I'm feeling, and it's not really in my hips. It's around. It's close by the hips. It's where the cervix and everything is, and he's starting to drop down. So him dropping down, touching a nerve, it's making everything in my hip area painful. Okay, I gotcha. So I finally get the epidural, which took no time at all, and they said lay on your left side for a minute, and then, let the epidural kick in. Okay, well, little did I know, they did not tell me this, um, that your epidural works on gravity. Okay, it's not like any other medicine that goes throughout your whole body. This works on gravity. So I'm laying on my left side, not the medicine. The epidural is going to my left side, not my right. I started crying in pain, and this pain was so unbearable. I literally got sick. I was throwing up from this pain, and it was because Bentley was dropping lower and lower. He was getting ready for me to start pushing, and I was crying. So they said, lay on your right side. So I lay on my right side. And let me tell you, it was the most painful experience I've ever had trying to roll from my left all the way to my right. And I was able to do that. And I was able to get some medicine flowing on that side. And then they said, okay, turn on your back, lay on your back. Okay, fine. That way we can get the medicine going to both of your hips, and your whole waist down, because it's working on gravity. And I looked at the nurse like, why didn't you guys tell me this before? I didn't know that this type of medicine works on gravity. Yes, I should have known because this is my fourth kid, but nobody during any of those other pregnancy and deliveries and so forth told me that the epidural works on gravity. So, I'm telling you guys, ladies and father to be, is make sure your woman is laying on her back at all times. Not her left, not her right side, always on her back. Because the epidural works on gravity. And if she's on her left side or right side, the other side, the opposite side she's not on, will not get that medicine and she will be in pain. Unless she can handle pain very well. I can to a certain point. So, make sure she's on her back so that medicine can work like it's supposed to. So they come back in. I'm cool, I'm not hurt no more, but I'm still throwing up. I threw up probably 4 times. Probably 4 times. They had me push, push, and push to bring him more down. That way he can be right there and the doctor can just be right there when he comes out. I had my sister-in-law take a picture. Yeah, a picture of my woman area down there so I could see Bentley's head and see where it's at. I wanted to watch him be delivered because I watched my others be delivered, but it happened so quick. I need to take a quick break. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get him. I heard him scurrying around. And then when I walked into the bedroom, he started crying, so I had to go get him. But look at all this hair. He was born with all of that hair. And he's so cute. So the nurses, I had 3 nurses in the room. The one that sat in the bed and was having me push. And there was another one that was setting up those little tray tables to cut the umbilical cord and for the sack to be pulled out and put into that bowl. We had one setting up that table and then another one over by the sink setting up stuff. So I had 3 nurses in the room, and the one that was sitting on the bed, Leslie was sitting next to her. They each had my leg, and they were like, okay, we need you to push, blah, 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 blah. So I started pushing. They're like, okay, one more, and he'll be right there. That's when Leslie took a picture to show me where he was at. So they're like, okay, stop. We need to get the doctor because he's right there. He's ready to come out. Okay, no big deal. So, excuse me. Oh, it's okay. He jumped. He twitched in his dream. His sleep. It's okay. So they were getting ready to change my bed sheets because I apparently had blood everywhere. So they were getting ready to change my sheets and stuff, and as you saw in the video of my labor and delivery video, I was just laying there, and they're like, we don't want you to push, and I knew something was not wrong, but I knew something was up in that area down there. So I was like, I'm having a contraction, I'm not doing nothing, I'm having a contraction, and I was trying to get their attention, and that's when they looked down and they're like, oh, he's coming, and that nurse showed up or whatever. She, bless her heart, she was getting on her thing, was like, we need the doctor, right now, we need a doctor now. And then that's when he slid out, and then the three doctors came in one after another, and it was kind of funny. Good thing they didn't drop the end of the bed yet for me to start pushing for him to come out. He came out on his own. So that was quite interesting. What? Dog? I don't know. I need coffee. I'm still waking up. So, yeah. Um, he was born at 7:52 in the morning. Um, 9, 6 pounds, 9.1 ounces, 19 and a half inches long. Um, it was a little thing. He's twitchy. It's alright, Bentley. It's alright. Um, so yeah, and that was like as you saw in the video, like I cried. I had a lot of mixed feelings, more happy and joyful, excitement, tears of happiness moments for me. And I got this one trying to sit on me. So after that, they let me rest for a couple hours in that room. They cleaned me up. They cleaned Bentley up. And then I started breastfeeding him right away. And then my dad and Dominic came and they visited most of the day um, with us. And I kind of felt bad because me and Leslie fell asleep for like half the day, and my dad and Dominic just hung out and spent time with each other, and then spent time with Bentley, which was real sweet, and it was awesome. So later on that day, they wheeled me into my recovery room per se. Be careful. And I was there for a day. I mean, the rest of the day, then half of the next day, and then I left. But while I was there recovering, everything was great. The food at the hospital was amazing. Yep, that's Bentley's food. I miss their food though. They have amazing cooks. That's mine. Where's yours? And that's yours. That's right. He loves drinking water. That's my trash. So breastfeeding. I've been breastfeeding him since he was born, and I'm going to continue to breastfeed him. I'm also going to pump. That way, if I ever um, go somewhere, like if I finally get a job, because I've been applying for work like crazy since he was born. All right, shh, shh, shh. So that way, if I ever, go anywhere to like work, or if I end up going back to school or something, no, you're not allowed to sit on the table. Get down. Ow. Um, he'll have bottles already pre-made of my breast milk. That way he could be fed and stuff. Cause I breastfeed him more than I give him formula. So I only make formula in the morning, like first thing in the morning. I'll make formula. That way I can fully awaken myself, and one at night. Come on, no. So he gets, a day. He gets 2 4-ounce bottles of formula, and that's like I said, one in the morning, one at night. Um, Most of the time it's baby milk, and he does really wonderful with that. He latches on for more than an hour, and he does really well, minus the left boob issue that I have. He broke skin. That story, yeah. He's watching Dinosaur Train, and he's saying, "Come on, Tiny." So this is little Bentley. This is all the hair he was born with. trying to get him to turn around. Big yawn. Stretch. Let's see if I can get a close-up video. Easy. Get your hands off his head. There he is.
I can't see.
There's Dominic.
I can't see.
Oh, it's yeah, yeah. I guess he's hungry. Well, that's a close up. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna go feed him, and that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up. um, comment below and subscribe to my channel if you're new. That way you guys can keep up to date on this little boy and this little boy, Dominic. But let go of his hands. He loves being all over Bentley. He loves it. He likes to be all over him. He tries to play with him and everything, but he's still learning that he's got to be easy and gentle. That Bentley is really tiny. So I'm gonna get off here so I can go feed the baby. He wants some mommy milk. Bubby, you wanna go put that in the sink for me?
Yes.
Go put it in the sink. Don't drink it. His foot's stuck. He's sitting on his foot. And alright. So that is it. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. I know I've said this already. Please subscribe if you want to. Hope you do. Comment the video, like the video, share the video, check out my other videos. Live life to the fullest because life is short and so am I.
I can't.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye. Blow,
Bye.
blow him kisses. Bye, Bentley.